kind of reached rock bottom, and my whole life just revolved around eating, vomiting, working out, eating, vomiting, working out, and I just had no life. And I was probably binging and purging like 6 times a day, and I was emotionally exhausted. Physically, I was exhausted, and I was just done. Like, I just needed help. We are standing in front of Juno House, which is basically, I don't know how to describe it, but it essentially saved my life, and I couldn't imagine my life without Juno House. I was terrified. I was probably sweating, and I kind of came here to appease my mom and stuff, but I really didn't think this place would do much for me. When I first arrived, I went directly into Lois's office. This is Lois's office. Lois is the founder and executive director of Juno House, and I sat right here, and my mom sat here.
Creating Juno House was really important to set up an environment that was welcoming, was also professional, but also that it's kind of a funky place. It's kind of a funky house. The art on the walls is all art that girls have made for us over the years.
Lois would say, "What was your daughter like as a 2-year-old?" And Mom would be like, "Oh, she was perfect. She never had any tantrums or anything." And Lois is kind of like, "Yeah, that's not really a good sign. Like, kids are supposed to express their emotions." And I was always too concerned with upsetting my parents or anything like that.
We are a specialist center. I've been a therapist for over 30 years who has focused and specialized with this population, all coming from sort of the same area, issues around anxiety. And anxiety really can present itself in a number of ways, a number of behaviors. And those behaviors can look like girls who do self-harm, cut themselves, girls who have obsessive compulsive behaviors that they can't control, girls who end up becoming depressed, and ultimately girls who end up with serious eating disorders. We consider those all coming from the same sort of brain pattern, and those are all the girls that we then work with at Juno House in terms of trying to help them get rid of those behaviors that have come into their life.
And then I remember Lois said that they could help me. Like, she said she had 100% belief that I would recover. And I was stunned because I really didn't think anything could help me at this point.
What's different here, and what's different about the affective neuroscience that feeds our work, is that we now can understand the patterning in the brain that's got her to this problem in the first place. We also know how to change those patterns by helping her feel her emotions. Those core places that children must have of I matter, I am important, those are often the places that are missing in these girls.
This is the waiting room. So I would come here and sit here, and for probably the first year I would be an emotional wreck. Like, I'd sit here and I'd either be crying before I got here or almost starting to cry when I was here. And then Rochelle's office is just through here. I would always sit here and Rochelle would always sit there. And this is where I spent most of my time here.
It's their world, but it's our safe place. It's a place where we can be big and noisy and loud, which is what teenage girls also need to learn how to be. And it's also very, very safe for everybody in the family.
So I guess even though I was really nervous and apprehensive and anxious about coming, they really make you feel welcome, and it's a really safe place. Like, it's a safe place to cry or be angry, or you just feel really safe, and that you can learn to express and feel your emotions. For myself, when I look back at pictures, I can totally see signs now. Like, I always had like really dark circles under my eyes, and my face was almost a bit swollen, like here and here, from all the purging, and my eyes looked black. Like, I had no kind of color or sparkle to my eyes. They just kind of looked dead. But now, like, I can see like sparkle in my eyes, and they're not bloodshot from all the vomiting. But and just my face here isn't as swollen as it was before, or here, like, I actually have a jawline now, which I didn't have before. I feel like I'm a completely different person. Just little things, like I can go out on a date and go out for dinner and enjoy it, and enjoy the experience, and enjoy the surroundings, and have a glass of wine and have awesome food and actually taste the food.
There is nothing better than watching them walk away from an eating disorder, walk away from the behavior, and really embrace their life. And so that's why we do what we do here.
you deserve it regardless. Like, you deserve to have a normal life and a full, fulfilled life and get out of the black hole that the eating disorder is. So every girl deserves that.